Hello and welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new here, do me a huge favor and click that subscribe button down below for content like this and many more. For all you current subscribers, I just want to continue to say thank you so much for the support. I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. So now, what do we have here? Well, this is a 2022 Hyundai Elantra N-line. N-line is a trim below the Limited. It's not the top of the line, so it sits below. This is the sporty Elantra, what used to be the Hyundai Elantra Sport. Powertrain includes a 1.6 liter turbo 4-cylinder engine, made it to the optional 7-speed dual clutch automated manual, DCT for short. It's front wheel drive. It has a nice little body kit. I'm gonna talk about it, review it. This vehicle was provided to me by Hyundai on loan for a week. I've been living with it for past couple of days. Get comfy, stay tuned. That's coming up next. All right, let's talk 2022 Hyundai Elantra N-line. What is the N-line, you ask? Well, this trim stands below the Limited trim, which is the highest trim on the Elantra lineup. So you have the SE, SEL, Elantra N-line, and then you have the Limited. This particular trim is this is the sporty version of the Elantra lineup. So if this competes with the Civic Si, Volkswagen GLI, and much more. So let's start with the front. I mean, it has a very angry looking mean front end with the integrated turn signals right here inside the grille. LED daytime running lights. This particular model has halogen headlights, so high and low beam is halogen, no LED. Very mean, aggressive front fascia with deep openings for better cooling. You have N-line badges on the grille and then the fender, which I'll show in a second. These are functional air vents right here to cool the brakes. And just walking around it, it's a nice little tidy package. They did a good job with this car in terms of looks. N-line badge right here. They come with black, no matter what color you get, black mirrors. These are 18-inch rims wrapped in 235 40-inch tires. These are Hankook Ventus tires. You got a nice little body kit on the side. And overall, this is a nice, you got piano black on here, the Vortex generator. Very nice little package. Dual tip exhaust right here, which sounds very nice inside the car when you're driving it. You got a little air diffuser in the back. You have combination LED taillights, so brake light, which is right here, and here is LED, incandescent turn signal, incandescent reverse light, and then you have this giant wraparound little strip that goes from end to end. Nice little black lip spoiler, which comes standard in every color, no matter what color you get. And trunk space is very big, it's decent. It says 14 cubic feet. The seats do fold down completely. So you can fold down the left and the right by pressing this button right here. So integrated camera, of course, is right here. Also, this car has a feature where it's called smart trunk. So if you stand behind the car when the car is off for about a couple of seconds, the car detects you have the key and you're behind itself. It will beep like a couple of times and then the trunk will open. But overall, I believe Hyundai did a good job with this car. They did a very good job in terms of styling. You get a nice little tidy package. As it sits, this car is $26,000, like I mentioned. This has a 1.5 liter turbo 4-cylinder engine, making 201 horsepower and 195 pounds-feet of torque. In this trim, comes with a 7-speed dual clutch automated manual. And standard, you can get a 6-speed manual transmission. Let's take a look at the interior, the tech, and then we go for a final drive. Stay tuned for that. Okay, let's take a look at the inside of the Hyundai Elantra N-line. This particular car has smart key access. The key looks like so. This is your key. You have lock, unlock. You have remote start standard. hold for the trunk and then panic. And to start the car, you just lock it, press and hold the remote start, and the car turns on. And one neat trick that it has as well is that if you leave the climate control turned on, whether on heat or air conditioning, it will turn it back on. As you guys can hear, it turns it back on to get the cabin ready for you guys to come back in. Hold it again, and the car turns off. And the car is locked, of course, at all times. And to get into to lock the car, you just press this button right here. To unlock it, just put your hand in the door handle and open it like so. And stepping inside, it's a nice little place to be. I mean, there's been a lot of complaints about that this particular trim has a lot of hard plastic on the doors and things of that nature. But if you're trying to keep a certain price point, sometimes you have to remove certain features and certain materials to keep a vehicle under a certain price point. Nice. This particular, all Elantra N-lines come in black interior only with nice red stitching on the inside. This particular model has, of course, the sport pedals, the dead feet, the footrest, brake and the gas pedal are aluminum. And stepping inside, you do have to watch your head. I've bumped my head a couple of times. And Hyundais have a little welcome chime, which you could, of course, turn it on or turn it off. Now, put your foot on the brake. Start button lives right here. And the vehicle comes to life. This trim has very sporty instrument cluster. You have your tachometer on the left, your speedometer on the right, white face gauges with red and white lettering. You got a little checkers flag there for the red line, which this car will never hit the red line because the automatic transmission will not let you. You have a little helper screen on the right hand side there, which that little screen can be controlled with this button right here on the steering wheel. So you press like so, and then you have your tire pressure information. This is your settings. So driver assistance, you can go in here, turn on the warning, the chime, the volume, the driver attention alert, forward collision safety, lane departure warning and assist, which is a nice little neat feature. You could turn that on from there, and you could also turn that on from the button here on the sear. And this is the switch for the dimmer. And traction control on and off. If you hold it, it completely turns everything off, which is nice if you want to have a little bit of fun. You have your drive mode selector here on the left hand side. So if you press like so, you have normal, sport, and smart. When you go through different modes, the behavior changes according to the mode that you have selected. So for example, when you go to normal mode, throttle response, steering, everything is on a normal stage. Now, when you go into sport mode, the RPMs go up a little higher and it holds revs a little longer for a sportier and more engaging driving feel. I noticed that the exhaust does get a little tiny bit louder. I could hear it a little bit from the inside of the car and a tad higher on the outside of the car. This steering wheel is very nice. This is an N-line N Sport steering wheel. You got your paddle shifters, of course, to control that 7-speed dual clutch automated manual. This car has automatic lights. And one thing that Hyundais and Kias do, which is in Genesis, is if you guys look on the right hand side there, you can see that it lets you know if the lights are on auto, off. Very, very nice feature, because this way there's no guessing game. And the same goes for the wipers. If you're intermediate, low, high, which is a very nice feature. And this way there's no guessing where you are in terms of features. It has, like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, this has Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. It is a wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. In order to do that, this is your home screen here. If you have of course a phone set up, you could pair it right here. Hyundai's Blue Link connected services, your radio. when you set up Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. This is the it does have satellite radio standard included, AM FM, of course. You do have a 12 volt style power outlet right here. You have a USB A and USB C on the left hand side here. Dual zone automatic climate control. You have heated seats. The vehicle does not have leather, but it has very nice comfortable sporty end seats, sporty seats. Power for the passenger. I'm about 5'8". I fit in this car perfectly fine. Switching gears back to the steering wheel. My apologies, I'm jumping all over the place here. So the media controls are on the left hand side. So you have mute, volume up and down, voice controls, mode for the radio, pick up and hang up buttons on the left hand side here. And then this side is the controls, this little screen there, which you can cycle through like so. You get your fuel economy gauge, driver information, you got a digital speedometer, and then you can also switch to, this is the vehicle information, tire pressure, attention monitor, the lane departure warning information, and lane keep assist. This vehicle does not have the radar, smart radar cruise control. That's available on the limited and the SEL trims, not in the N-line. Of course, backup camera. Put this vehicle with trajectory lines. I like the sporty N design shifter for the 7-speed. You do have a button to activate the camera at all times, so you can see behind you. This vehicle only has camera in the rear, not the front. You want those features and other niceties like cooling seats, you have to step up to you have to get an SEL or the limited trim, which has all the bells and whistles, including a head-up display, auto-dimming mirror, and so on. It does have a wireless charger, which once you set it here and you can configure CarPlay and Android Auto, the system will automatically recognize the device and it will automatically start Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, which is a very nice feature. And overall, I like the styling. I like the very drastic lines in here. I like this one continuous vent that goes from end to side. The tweeters are on the door. The materials are nice. You have N-line, Elantra and N-line badging on the carpet. Traditional e-brake. Two cup holders with this little thing here to adjust if you want bigger or smaller cups, which is kind of nice. Nice little touch. A very grab handle, which is oh my god, I need to hold on to something handle. Just kidding. And that's pretty much it. This model does not have factory navigation. You have to use your device for that. Tiny little glove box here, and that's about it. So let's take a look at the back seat, and then we go for a quick drive and see how the Elantra N-line behaves on the road. Okay, stepping into the back seat. I'm about 5'8". The seat is adjusted to my driving style. Getting in here, there is a lot of room. As a 2009 Hyundai owner, this car is huge compared to my 13-year-old Elantra. I have plenty of leg room. Headroom is decent, even with the sunroof. Not too bad back here. Unfortunately, there is no USB, no charging, any of those niceties that you normally get, or no air vents. To get those features, you need to, of course, you can get those available on the limited trim, the SEL with the convenience package and so on. No back pockets for the seats. Same materials in the front. Nice cloth, grippy cloth seats. You do get a nice little handrest right here. Two cup holders. There's a view, the commanding view of the instrument cluster and the infotainment screen. And you guys can see that continuous line that goes from the driver's side all the way to the passenger side. Sunroof is a decent size, not too bad. Of course, you got your map, interior lights and so on. And that is pretty much it. Let's go take a quick drive and have some fun driving the Hyundai Elantra N-line. All right, let's drive the 2022 Hyundai Elantra N-line. Like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, this has the optional 7-speed dual clutch automated manual. You got paddle shifters on the steering wheel, so for sportier driving. Of course, you can shift it into manual mode. You can go up for high gears, down for lower gears. I'm gonna leave it in D for now. The car is in sport mode, and if you go under to the left, it goes to push transmission in a sporty mode. So let's go. I apologize in advance for the noise and the vibration because I'm in a little my filming location here. All right, off the bat, I hear the engine coming to life a little bit more, and let's take a quick left over here. And and this is why you pick a car like this, Hyundai Elantra N-line, because you get that little oomph of power, and it's all about driving fun. It's not about creature comforts. It's not about materials. You know, oh, you got the fancy leather and stuff. It's not about that. These cars are not about creature comfort. It's about driving fun, and that's what it comes down to. I can't wait. Fortunately, I have a vehicle in front of me, so I can't really open it up, and the transmission shifts right now. It's almost as if it's connected to your brain, because you give it a command, and right away it's almost as if it's attached to you by a cable or something. Let's take a quick ride over here to one of my very good twisty roads, and oh yeah, this is what this road is meant for. Cars like this, low to the ground, that can handle and I definitely hear the exhaust getting louder back there. Only negative I would say in terms of the driving experience, which is minor nitpicking, is that it will upshift by itself. So, which means it will not hit the red line. So if you leave it in third gear or any particular gear, it will upshift for you, basically to protect itself. You know, this is not the N version of the Hyundai Elantra, which, by the way, I reviewed that at the New York International Auto Show. I'll leave the link above so you guys can take a look at that. I haven't driven that yet, but I cannot wait to drive that particular vehicle. So stay tuned for that video. That video is coming soon in the future. And as a daily driver, it's not terrible. You know, obviously the suspension is a little stiffer than the traditional Elantra, because the mission of this car has a very different mission and intent compared to the traditional Elantra. The main focus of this car is to have fun and be able to drive it every day, you know. And for 26,000 bucks, it's a bargain. It's a good deal, especially in today's market where everything is up to the roof. If you can actually get this vehicle for sticker or below, you're laughing all the way to the bank when it comes to bang for your buck with this car. But overall, I am very happy. I have this vehicle on loan for me for a week. This is day number 3, and I'm actually hearing a little crackle and pops back there with the exhaust, which it's a pleasant surprise, because again, folks, this is not the N, but it is the N-line, and it's actually nice. It gives you, you know, like you're driving a machine. Unfortunately, I can't go any faster because there's 2 cars ahead of me, but bear with me. I am going to be able to hopefully be able to put this little 1.6 liter turbo 4 to work. Competitors again for this particular vehicle is the Honda Civic Si and the Volkswagen GLI within the same price point. Obviously, you can get the Volkswagen GTI, but that's already competing with the Hyundai N-line for a different price point. And that particular vehicle has 276 horsepower. It's full-blown like race mode, etc. But it's fun. This car, it does give you a smile when you drive it. For me, as a Hyundai Elantra owner, I know it's not a fair comparison to compare a 13-year-old Elantra versus a modern day Elantra. But wow, what a difference from 13 years makes in the car world. It's simply amazing. The amount, the high tech, all the features that this particular car has in general compared to when I had my particular model. And it's just, and you got, I don't know if the camera can pick that up, but you hear the exhaust. Let me make a quick left over, right over here. Let's see. Oh yeah. Put it into manual mode, and yeah, this is fun. Shifting, downshifting. This is a car that you can definitely push hard and have fun coming into this curve right here, and it takes it like a champ. 7-speed transmission is definitely wired to your brain. I mean, it's overall, it's a good little car. I'm going to continue enjoying this vehicle for the rest of the week. Thank you for watching, and leave a comment, a like, and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.